Hey guys, UGX Terminator here. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on porting weapons from Black Ops into World at War. I realize Sage 1 has already done a tutorial like this, but it's not comprehensive enough and there's some things that he's not doing the correct way, so I'm going to go ahead and try and show you guys the best way that I found to do it, and hopefully it'll help some of you out, especially with the error when you're exporting and it says no material on try 0 or 1 or whatever the number is. So this is my third time recording this, so sorry if I sound a bit rushed, but I'm tired of recording it. There's been a few different problems with Tom's program that I've had to sit here trying to figure out that he still hasn't fixed in the newest version, but I think I've got it all figured out, so I can just run through it really quick with you guys. So go ahead and make sure you have the latest version of his exporter. When you open it, it should prompt you to update the program if you haven't already. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and port the death machine. So what you want to do is, if you've never opened Tom's program before, you want to open it, go to settings, go to the general tab, put in your Call of Duty Black Ops program directory, which you can find in your Steam directory, and then you want to set your active game to Call of Duty Black Ops and then hit save. And then you want to find your weapon in the list. They're all prefixed with T5 weapon. And then there's two models per gun. There's the view model and the world model. The view model is what you see in first person. The world model is what you see in third person. You need both of them, so go ahead and export MA. And then go ahead and export MA on that too. And then go ahead and click, then go to settings and see where it says GDT folder and it's set to running directory. I'm going to change both of these, or I'm going to change this to Activision, Call of Duty World at War, model export, and I'm going to change the export folder to the same thing, model export. Okay. And then I'm on the general tab, or on the exports tab, make sure you have create subdirectory for each model checked, and make sure that the image format is set to TGA, and then go ahead and save. And I'm going to go ahead and export these one more time since I changed all those settings. And then I'm going to click Create GDT for both. Okay, so you can go ahead and minimize that program for now, and then go to your export directory, which for me is the model export folder. And you'll see right here, here's the two GDTs it just created, and then if you go down to your folders, here's the two folders it just created. So let's go ahead and these are old. Where did it create the let me go ahead and delete these folders and recreate them just to make sure that I'm starting fresh for you guys. So just go ahead and ignore this. I'm just doing the same thing over again. Okay, there we go. Now they're fresh, 5:33 p.m. Okay, so start with the world model. Open there's three items in each folder. There's the images folder, the .ma, which is the Maya scene, and the bind.mel, which is a Maya script file that will bind the joints for you. It's very helpful. So go ahead and double click the .ma, open it with Maya. Give Maya a second to start up here. It's slow as shit. That was actually the fastest it started up in a while. It must have heard me. Alright, and if you haven't used Maya before, go ahead and go to Window, Settings and Preferences, then Preferences, and click Settings on the left. Make sure your up axis is set to Z and your working units is, whoops, not yard, is set to inches. And then click Save. And then there's three different views in Maya. There's the wireframe view, which you can set using the 4 key on your keyboard. There's the shader view, which is the 5 key on your keyboard. And there's the material view, or the texture view, which is the 6 key on your keyboard. This is not showing the textures correctly, which is weird. Oh boy, what the hell? Give me 1 second here. It's okay, so why aren't the textures showing? Give me 1 second to check this out. Okay, so Tom's program isn't doing the texture directory right. Whatever. Ignore that. So go ahead and hit the 5 key on your keyboard, and you'll see that the model is a gray color. You need to change this before you can export it, but first what we want to do is we want to bind the joints. If you hit the 4 key and you go into wireframe mode, you see all these yellow or these orange connections going to these little orange orbs. Those are these orange orbs are joints, and the connections are the skeleton. So if you'll notice, there's joints all over the place. So what you want to do is you want to go back to the folder where you open this from, select the bind, drag it onto the 3D window from Maya, and you'll see down here it just said see binding Tom mesh 0 through 11. That means it bound it correctly. And for a visual check, you can click any of the joints and you'll see that the mesh turns pink. That means it's bound to skin. So that now you're good to go. So now we need to change the color to white so that the model reflects light in game. So go ahead and go to Window Outliner and then select this item right here, which is Tom underscore and then the file name. This is the tree of meshes that are in the gun. Like, I can go through all these. This is all the meshes in the gun involved. So just click the top of the tree and go to Edit, select Hierarchy. That'll select all of them for you, and then go to Color. And then if this is the first time you've opened Maya, again, you need to set it up. So go ahead and click this little square right here and see where it says color value, and then there's a color you want. It's probably going to be gray for you or black. You want to double click it, and you want to drag this bar all the way up to the top so that it's pure white, and then click Accept, and then click Apply Color. And then in the future you can just click Apply Color. You don't have to reset it again. So now our model is white when we hit the 5 key. So, and it's bound to joints correctly. So now we're done with doing things in Maya. So go ahead and File Save, and then click the Call of Duty World at War. Oh, also, if you can't find the color drop-down menu, it's because you need to be in the polygon thing right here. So you need to select polygons. And then now we go to the Call of Duty World at War and click Model Exporter. Click Add New Entry. Tick entry number 1. Click the Browse button. Go to your model export directory or wherever you saved it. Find the folder. Select, and then you want to select the .ma. Click Yes to replace. Tick the Force Export button. Click this tree and the joints tree, and then click Edit. Select Hierarchy. That'll select every joint and every mesh in the model and nothing else, because you don't need any of this. You just need this stuff. Then click Set Exports. You'll see a status down here, and then you click Export Selected Entries. Click Yes. You'll see a progress bar. It should go without any errors. And now you can go ahead and save that scene again, and then go to Open, and then go ahead and open your world model .ma. Okay, and it's a similar situation. There's a different joint structure because this is the 3D version, or the third person version, I mean. So let's go ahead and select the tree, select Hierarchy, go to Color, Apply Color. And then let's go ahead and drag the bind on. That's interesting. Oh, I dragged the wrong. Whoops. Hold on. Let me undo that. You want to make sure you drag on the correct .mel file. There we go. So now that's bound, and I forgot to say, if your model has an attachment in it in the first person mode or in the first person view and you don't want the attachment, go ahead and bind the model first. That's the first thing you should always do, is bind the model, and then select the mesh that you don't want. Like, let's say this was an attachment. You just select it and hit backspace and delete it, and you're done. You shouldn't get any errors from doing that. You shouldn't get any errors if you do it after you bind your mesh. If you do it before you drag your mel file, you're going to get lots of errors, and your mesh is probably not going to bind correctly, and you're going to be fucked. So you need to make sure you do that in the right order. So now that our model is white and it's bound because it's pink, we go to close the exporter because we changed files. Go ahead and open it again. Click Add Entry. Tick the box. Browse. Make sure you're in the right folder. Select the .ma. Click Yes. Tick Force Export, select both trees. This is the same thing we did before. Set exports, export selected entries, click Yes. Okay, so now we have a .xmodel export for the world model, and we have a .xmodel export for the view model. So now let's go ahead and open Asset Manager. So go ahead and open Launcher, and then click the Asset Manager button, and then go File, Open. And you're going to want to go to the directory where you saved your GDTs. I set it to my model export directory. Here they are right here. So double click View Model first. You'll notice there's two things at the top, Material and X Model. These are the two item types that are in this GDT file. So let's go ahead and start with the materials, because you need to convert materials before you can convert the X model. So let's go to Materials, click the first material. Tom's exporter does not set the surface type, so we need to do that manually. So this is the main texture for the minigun, so I'm just going to assume that needs to be metal. This, if you're wondering why you need to set surface type, for guns, it's mainly the finish that the gun will have, the way it reflects light. If you set it to metal, it's going to be shinier than if you selected plastic or something. And if this was like a radiant texture, if you selected dirt, then when you shoot it in game, it would have a dirt impact. So it's important that you set the surface type. So that's metal, and the decal doesn't matter. The ammo chute is probably plastic. Whoops, plastic, and the bullets are obviously metal. So now let's go ahead and save the GDT, and let's see if this works as is or not. Last time I tried this, it didn't. Go ahead and click the material and go to PC Convert, Convert Current Asset. Okay, so it says error, file, and then the blah, 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 the texture was not found. So what you need to do is you need to click in here, type model underscore export, and then a backslash, and then go ahead and select what you just typed and copy it to your clipboard so you can paste it later. And then go ahead and paste it at the beginning of each one of these. And then go ahead and erase the specular maps, because the specular maps don't convert correctly. So just have a normal map and a color map for this one. Convert current asset. And there you go, it converts. So now let's go to the decal. If you ever see identity normal map, you can just delete that, make it empty, save the GDT, PC convert. Oh, add model export to the beginning. Oops. You don't need to save after everything, but I'm just compulsive like that. I save all the time. Okay, ammo chute. Add model export to the beginning. Model export to the beginning. Delete the specular map. PC convert. And then the minigun bullets. Delete the specular map. Add model export to the beginning. PC convert. Okay. And then go to the X model, and it should convert correctly. Go ahead and click Browse, and find the .x model export that's appropriate. This is the view model, so we want to select that. File save, PC convert, and it should say surface summary and correctly convert. Now, let's go into Asset Viewer from Launcher and make sure that our gun converted correctly. Make sure it doesn't appear black or weird looking at all. So let's filter it by T5. And that looks good to me. Looks like it converted correctly, so we're good to go. It's not black, which means if your model is black, it means you didn't apply the color correctly in Maya, and it's still gray or black in Maya. So let's go ahead and close Asset Viewer. Go back to Asset Manager, go to File, Open. And now let's open the World Model GDT at the top. And for the materials, we want to do the same thing, add model export to the beginning, and set the surface type, so this is metal again. Check for a specular map and erase it. File save, PC convert, okay. And then the decal, we don't care about the material type or the surface type, and we don't want the normal map, so let's erase those. Add model export, PC convert, and then go to the X model tab, and browse for the X model, check the folder name, it's in the correct folder, so let's go ahead and save, PC convert, and it converted correctly. And then once again, let's check it. It's always good to check your work, especially in school. D5, world model, looks good to me. Nothing looks weird at all. Alright, so that's good to go. Now, the fun part, making it an actual weapon. So if you'll notice, we just converted all that stuff. So what does that actually do? That puts converted versions of the model into our Call of Duty's root directory. So excuse me. What you need to do is you need to go to the images folder, and you'll notice all these new images if you sort by date modified. I'm going to select all these new images, except for those specular maps because I didn't end up using them. Those are old. See, 528, 543, that's from one of my other attempts. Alright, then we want to copy those, and we want to go into the mod that we're adding these to. So I'm going to add them to this mod. So let's go ahead and paste the images into the mods image folder, and then let's go into launcher and go to the mod builder tab, select the mod, and we want to check the boxes for the images over here. So all these, okay, and then at the top of our fast file mod.csv we want to add xmodel, comma, and then the model names that we added. So let's go to our root directory, go to raw xmodel, and here's our two. If you sort by date modified, here's our two new models. So let's go ahead and copy the file name, paste it here, then go xmodel, comma, and then copy the other file name, paste it here, and then go ahead and tick the build mod.ff and build IWD, but we're not done yet, so let's not build that yet. Now we need to go into Black Ops, and we need to get the weapons files. So you want to go to raw weapons SP, because that's, I think this is, actually I probably want to go to MP, and then let me find the thing that I want here. It might take a second. Oh, that's cute, Treyarch. Delete me later. This is always fun, having inconsistent file names. Excuse me while I try to find it here. Oh man. Here's a helicopter minigun. Minigun drop. Okay, here we go. Minigun MP. So let's go ahead and open that with Notepad++ or whatever text editor you use. Okay, and then let's go into our Call of Duty 5 directory. Go to raw, excuse me, weapons, I said Chinese food, SP, and then just pick any weapon that's similar to what you're adding. It doesn't matter. I'll choose the PPSH just because it's shoots fast. I don't know, whatever. Where is it? There it is. Okay, copy that. Go to your mods directory. Go to whatever mod you're adding it to. Make a new folder named weapons. Make a new folder in that called SP. And then paste the weapon here. Give it a name. I'm going to name it UGX Minigun. Actually, I'm just going to name it Minigun. That'll be easier. Okay. So now I'm going to open that with Notepad++. So first of all, let's edit the name. Okay. And then a lot of the stuff that Treyarch has in their Black Ops weapon file isn't going to convert directly to World at War. Like for instance, their player anim type is minigun. That doesn't even exist in World at War. But weapon class MG, let me go ahead and open another another weapons file, just for cross-reference purposes. Okay, yeah, that exists. So change the weapon class. Penetrate type should be large, because these are big ass bullets. Impact type should be bullet large. Pretty sure those exist. Yep. Okay. Inventory type should be primary. Fire type full auto. So I mean, this is a very manual process. You just have to go through and change everything. Clip size, let's see what Treyarch used for clip size. 499, that's arbitrary. Okay, so clip size, where did it go? There it is. 499. You want to change the clip name to something new, so Minigun. Start ammo, 499. Max ammo, let's say 2000. I don't even care what Treyarch set for those, it's not important. Minigun. Okay. So next we need to find gun model. Whoops. Okay, gun model. You want to change that to the name of the view model that you imported. So let's go back to our X model folder, and then let's copy the name of the view model and then paste it in here. And then you want to find world model. Okay, and then you want to go and copy our world model name like that. And then you want to find fire anim. Scroll over a little bit. Okay, so this is another fun part. So to port the Black Ops animations, there's a bit of a process here. So let's go to the Black Ops folder again. And let's go to raw X-anim. Okay, and I have no idea what they name their X-anims. Let me check here. Okay, they prefixed it with view model minigun, so let's go ahead and put that in here. Minigun. Don't give me that shit. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I need all of these. So I'm going to go and select all of them, hit Control Copy. Then go back to Call of Duty 5, go to raw, X-anim. I'm going to create a new folder here called Minigun. Paste them in there. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to download a program called HXD. So if you just Google that, it's a hex editor. So you want to go ahead and download that and install it. Pretty simple shit. And then go ahead and open that like so, and then select all these and drag them in, and it will open all of them. Now, I don't care if you've hex edited before or not, this is very simple. There's a bunch of letters and numbers here. The first pair right here is 13. You want to highlight that, put in 11, hit save, close the file. Highlight 11, save, close the file. 11, save, close. So you want to do that for every animation. It's retarded. I'm sure Tom will make a program that does this automatically. Whatever. Okay. So now you notice it created all backups. So, but our files are still selected. So let's go ahead and hit Control X to cut them, and let's paste them in the main X-anim folder. Now hold Control and Shift on your keyboard. Right-click one of them and say Copy as Path. Okay, and then open Notepad++, make a new file, paste them all in there, and then go ahead and this entire line from X-anim all the way to the beginning. Go to Find and Replace, paste that into the find, and then leave replace with empty and hit replace all. Now put in a backslash and replace that with a comma, and put in quotes, replace that with empty. And now I have my xanim lines. Copy those, go back to launcher, go to the mod.csv, make a new line, paste them all in there. Now you have all your xanims pasted in. Very quick and easy. So, last but not least, or no, we're not done yet. We still got to put our xanim names in the file. So the name is viewModel_minigun is their prefix. So we use the ppsh file. So let's go to find and replace. Put in viewModel_ppsh. Replace with viewModel_minigun. Replace all. Usually that works. Sometimes it doesn't. You got to use your brain and figure out if it replaced the names correctly or not. I'm pretty sure this did, so I'm not going to worry about it. So now our weapon file is pretty much edited. I mean, the rest of it's just a process of going through and editing other things like fire rate and gun kick and everything else. You can edit that yourself later on. And then we'll need to do sounds. But first off, let's just test what we got here. So go ahead and add another line here. Weapon, comma, and then your weapon name, which for me was, you have to put in the folder first, so sp/minigun. Okay, and then you need to include that file in your mods. So let's go and refresh this. Go to the bottom. See, there's a weapons folder now. Go ahead and check that, and check it there. Okay, and then go ahead and do build mod. Okay, so now that the mod is built, let me, hopefully this will work. It's just a random map I have lying around for testing. Okay, now open console and type give minigun. Oh, look at that. So now we have a minigun that does not spin. Oh, give myself some more ammo. I'm guessing that Treyarch's let me give myself more ammo here. Okay, my reload ammo's not working, so I have to check that. Okay, so let's check our amms. Okay, so fire anim, let's go here, check it, minigun, fire, pull out, reload. And I don't think I've misnamed anything. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing here. I don't think I got anything named incorrectly. Oh, here's one thing that's wrong. That's why my reload animation doesn't work. Let's check the anims here. Okay, so there's a reload underscore empty. Okay. Now the question is why it's not spinning, and I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the player anim type minigun is probably taking care of that. So I'll have to screw around with that, but that's not part of this tutorial. For any other weapon that's not a regular like this, it would be working fine right now. So let's continue on to what the change I just made. You know, I don't even know if Camtasia records when I open Call of Duty. If it doesn't, I'll have to add that in later, the videos of it working. I hope it does. I just realized that now. View model, minigun. Oh, hold on. Why are all these missing? View model, minigun, idle, empty. Oh, those are all. Okay, so we need to make sure those match. So let's put in idle anim. Okay, what else is missing? Last shot doesn't exist. This is where common sense comes into play. Reload not empty. I just fixed that. Minigun switch. Okay. Pull out fast. Doesn't exist. Pull out empty doesn't exist. Put away empty doesn't exist. Okay. What? Oh. I just removed those. Found in source file. This. What's your problem? It's not being used anymore. It's also not in my CSV, so why is it? There we go. Okay, so now we're good to go. So let me test that one more time. Hopefully Camtasia, again, hopefully Camtasia is showing the Call of Duty video, otherwise I'll have to dub it in afterwards. Huh. Well, the reload anim ain't working. The ADS anim isn't working. We're gonna need to change the view hands too. Well, again, normally that would be working, so it's just, again, it's just the death machine being a bitch. So let's get the sounds ported. So what I do for sounds is I open Black Ops. Again, hopefully Camtasia is recording this. Let me go to Steam. You open Black Ops multiplayer. Oh, shit, before you even do that, I gotta... Oh, fuck, it's full screen. That's definitely not gonna get recorded. Hold on. Uno momento. Come on. Come on, quit, you bastard. Quit the game. Oh, God. Quit the goddamn game. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me go ahead and create a shortcut to that game. Okay, create shortcut. Hopefully this works. Whoops. Hopefully this works the same way it does with World of War. Plus set our full screen to 0. Okay, so what you want to do before you even boot the game is you want to go into your Black Ops directory, and you want to go into the players directory and edit config_mp.cfg and see where it has all these binds. You want to go ahead and bind a key to a command. So let's make a new line and let's say bind something that's not already used. L doesn't look like it's used. Bind L to quote plus or no, to give, and then our weapon name that we want to record from, which is for my case is Minigun SP or MP. Okay, so you want to bind L to that. So now you go ahead and save that file and then reopen Black Ops. And of course it didn't pay any attention to my windowed command. Let me see if I can set it in the game. Full screen, no. Video mode. Something small. Apply. Okay, so hopefully you can see this right now. I'm going to go ahead and read off what I'm doing. I'm going to narrate what I'm doing in case you can't. I'm going to the settings tab. Then you go to the sound tab. You turn voice volume to 0, music volume to 0, SFX volume to 100%, cinematics volume to 0, and master volume to 100%. And then you say listening level quiet, speaker setup, large external speakers, and then check and make sure your sound device is correct. Okay. And then you're going to want to make sure that you have Fraps or some other way of recording the audio, which I hope that Fraps and Camtasia work at the same time. I'm already suspecting that they don't, since I don't see Fraps overlaying this game. Also, I'm pretty sure that Fraps' key combos are gonna screw with Camtasia here. Okay, there, Fraps is running. Let me check my binds. For movies, I don't want it to record external input. I want it to record 1.7 sound. Movie capture hotkey, let's set it to the N key for now. Minimize that. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and set up your own private match on a quiet map. I think Nuketown is nice and quiet. And just make sure AI and everything else is turned off, and that's all you need. And then I think you need to dev map in order to give yourself weapons. Let me try this first. Let me check what the name of this Nuketown map is in zone. Okay, it's MP and nuked. So if I need to dev map, I know what to do next. Let me try this first. Okay, so just choose a team, doesn't matter, choose a class, let it spawn you. Okay, so now let's hit L. Shit, cheats are not enabled. Okay, so I need to do one more command in my CFG file. So let's bind K bind k to devmap mp underscore nuked, not nucked, wait, did I? Nuked, there we go. Alright, let's reopen the game. I really hope Camtasia is recording this, because it's going to be really boring without it. Alright, so now let's hit K from the main menu. Come on, start a game. Fuck. What's the command? Come on. Son of a bitch. Oh, you can actually open the console. Devmap mp nuked. Shit. Oh, there we go. There we go. So just open the console. I didn't know it was still allowed in multiplayer. I figured it was gone. Wonder if it's in the game too. Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can get myself a weapon. Whoops. Gotta put a slash before it. A mod is required to use this cheat. What? God damn it. I usually just do this in single player, but this is a multiplayer only. I guess I could give myself the death machine if I knew the name. It's wasting precious time. A mod is required to use this cheat. What the hell? Do I have any mods? Since when is a mod required to use a cheat? I'm the server admin and I devmapped. Mods. Here we go. Let's try that. I don't even know what the hell that is, but I must have got it from somewhere. Okay. Start a private match again. Okay. Choose a kit. Okay, good. I was able to get myself death machine. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to record yourself shooting the weapon. You want to record all the different noises that it makes. So let me go ahead and start fraps. Let me record the spin up. We'll record the fire and the reload. Oh, you can't reload this gun. No wonder the reload wasn't doing anything. What the heck? There we go. Now I gotta empty the entire clip so that I can get the empty noise. Oh, there is no empty noise. Well, that was a nice waste of time. Okay, so it's okay, sorry about that. I hit F9 to stop Fraps from recording, and it also stopped Camtasia. So I believe I just finished recording the sounds for the minigun. So now I'm going to go to my Fraps directory. Into the movies, and you need to download a program called Virtual Dub. Should be able to find it with just a Google search. It's one word. virtualdub.org. Go ahead and download the right version for your system. Again, simple stuff. And then go ahead and open it. Sorry. And then drag your video onto the screen, and then go to File, File, Save Wave, and then just put it anywhere. Shouldn't take more than a few seconds, and then you can close that. Go ahead and open Audacity, another free program that you should already have. If not, go download it, and then open the WAV file with Audacity. Where the fuck did I save it? Oh, I can't stop yawning. Okay, here's the newest one. Okay, so here's the sounds. Okay, so what I do is I go ahead and boost it by 4 decibels, and I go to Effect, Normalize to negative 0.1 decibels. Now it's much louder. And you can try removing the noise. There's a little bit of background noise. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. Go ahead and highlight it, go to Noise Removal, say Get Noise Profile, and then hit Control A, go to Effect, Noise Removal, and then click OK. We'll see how well it does. Like I said, sometimes it's a hit or miss, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Pretty well this time. Okay. All right. So now, I'm assuming I'm going into things that Sage 1 didn't go into, so I'll slow down a little bit now. In order to get these sounds working, there's note tracks. They're called things called note tracks in each anim, and a note track tells the game when to play a sound at a certain point in an anim. So like in a reloading anim, right when the clip hits the bottom of the gun, there's a note track that says, okay, play, you know, whatever sound, so that you can hear, so that it matches up with the animation. So what you want to do is you want to go to Raw X Anims, and then you want to find your minigun, or whatever you're doing. And you want to right click the reload animation and say edit with Notepad++. And does not look like there's, oh, this doesn't even have, this is a terrible example, it doesn't even have a reload animation. I'll show you with a different gun so that you can learn how to find it. Let's use the crossbow as an example. So go ahead and select the crossbow, reload, and hit say edit with Notepad. Scroll all the way down and see these things: sound, note track, hashtag, fly gear reload player, reload small, fly crossbow draw, fly gear reload player, crossbow latch, fly gear reload player, etc., etc. Those are all the different note tracks that are involved. Okay. So what I do is I go in here with Audacity and I try to identify the sounds that are here, like if it says clip in or something, I know, okay, that's the part of the reload where the clip is hitting the gun. So I find it in the sound that I recorded, and I save it as an excerpt, and then I do all the conversions. And then the way I make it work is these are the actual note track names that you need to put in your weapon file. So let me bring up an example for you. Oh, I can't stop yawning. Okay. So see right here, I pasted those names: sound, note track, fly gear, reload player. That's the note track name from the reload animation. And then right next to it, I placed the sound alias that needs to play at the time of that note track. So this is gear player. This is the pullback sound. And more gear, futzing, placing the bolt, locking the bolt in. Okay, those are very simple. And then the fire animation is done in a separate area of the weapon file. So let's go ahead, or the fire sound, not animation, sorry. So for the fire sound, we just want the sound of the bullet. We don't want that, we don't want the spin up, we just want the sound of the bullet. So I'm going to zoom way in here because this is a really rapid fire gun, and I'm going to try and get the sound of one bullet firing. So you start to see a repetition in the sine graph here. So you just got to figure out where the sound starts. Okay, so I'm missing a little bit of the sound. So I'm going to go ahead and do File, Export Selection. I'm going to make a folder for it in, okay, so let me tell you where you are here. You go to your Call of Duty root folder, you go to Sound Assets, and then you go to Raw, and then you go to Sound, and then you create a new folder of your choosing. I made a folder for all my BO guns, and then I create a new folder in here for organization called, let me rename it, Minigun. Go in there, save this as minigun _ fire, and then save as type. You select other uncompressed files, then you click options, select Wave Microsoft, encoding is unsigned 8-bit PCM. Also, there's one other thing I forgot to show you here. So let me go ahead and hit cancel. Over here, my stereo output is 9600 kilohertz because I have a higher end sound card. So what I'm going to do, what you need to do is you need to make sure your project rate is set to 44100. Okay. Now you go, it doesn't matter what it says here, you just need to make sure your project rating is 44100. So you go to Export Selection, do all the settings I mentioned. Okay. Then click Clear, click OK. And now let's get the spit up noise. I'm sorry I keep yawning, I don't know why. It's probably all the talking I'm doing. This isn't exactly exciting stuff. There's a good spot to get the reload, or the wind up noise. So let's go ahead and select it. Okay. Let's go ahead and export that as minigun spin up. And then let's get the other end, which is when I stop spinning it. Okay. This is all user discretion. You have to have enough common sense to be able to do this for each gun. I can't, you know, give you specific instructions for each one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, those are the only two sounds I pretty much need. This is a very simple gun as far as sounds go. It's the simplest one I've done. So you go to Minigun. I'm going to go ahead and open up what I just did. And I'm going to make sure that it's maxed out already, which it is. I mean, on the decibels, let me open spin down. So it's not. So let me go to Effect and Normalize. And then export it again. Okay. When it says save changes before closing, you can ignore that because that's just project settings. Okay, so now this needs to be normalized as well. Okay. Export. Replace. Okay. Make sure you hit clear tags on that screen that I just hit OK. If there's any tags, make sure you clear them. Okay, so now we're done with that. So, at this point, I don't have the spin up even working in the weapon file, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manage that, but I'll go ahead and set the fire sound, since that's one of the most important ones. So let me find fire sound. So let's set it to minigun fire, and then you put first at the end of that, and then for fire sound player put minigun underscore fire underscore third. That's for third person and first person noises. And then for fire sound, just copy it to the last shot sound, and then the last shot player, copy the last shot sound so that they match. Okay, and then oh, deploy sound. I bet that's that might not be what I want, but it also might be what I want. As vague as that sounds, I'm talking about the spin up noise. Okay, so they have, God, they're so gay. They added engine sound, start spin sound player. That's, God, I hate you, Treyarch. What I can do is probably set a fire delay and then play the sound with client scripts, but I'll worry about that later. I won't waste time in the video, damn it. Okay, now let's make a sound alias. So go to your root directory for Call of Duty 5, go to raw, sound aliases, and then find weapon.csv, weapons.csv. Okay, now just find any gun that's similar. I'm going to take the MG42 because it's loud, and that's what I want, or the 30 cal, either 30 cal. So you want to copy the fire sound and the fire underscore player sound, and then any other sounds that you need. Okay, then you want to make a new file, paste those in there. Then you want to go back to weapons.csv, scroll all the way to the top, and copy this line at the top. That's the header. Copy that and put it at the top of your new file. Now let's rename these to minigun underscore fire underscore third. Delete this line because I don't need it. And let's name this to minigun fire first. Okay, and then we need to set the path to our sounds, a minor in bo underscore guns, and then the minigun folder. And then the name is minigun fire.wave. You just use the same sound for both. Okay, whoops. And then see right here, first person, you want to make sure that this is set to 0.9 and 1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now let's save this in sound aliases, just give it a name. I'm going to name mine minigun, UGX-M minigun, and then make sure you put in .csv, make sure it gets saved as a CSV file, not .csv.text or anything else stupid like that. I'm not going to teach you how to use your computer. Hopefully you know how to do that. So now we have a sound alias, and now let's go back to launcher, and at the top let's put sound, comma, and then put in the alias name UGX-M underscore what did I name it? Minigun. And then put comma, comma, all underscore MP. Pretty sure that's the correct oh shit, I'm yelling again. Yeah, that's right. Alright. Okay. So you put that line. And then let's make sure that these aren't set to streaming. They shouldn't be. Okay, good. So now that's good to go. Now, uncheck both of these boxes. Check the box that says build sound. Clear your console to make things easy. Click build mod. And wait for it. Okay. Wow, no errors. So files updated 6. So let's go to raw, sound, BO guns, minigun. Whoops. Minigun. Make sure they're there. Okay, one of them didn't convert. Or no, I only converted one. So minigun fire. There it is. Double click it. Make sure it plays. It does. It's just a very short sound. Hopefully that'll come out normally. It sounded normal in Audacity, but anyway, it works. So now we're good to go there. So check build mod.ff and build IWD. Uncheck build sounds, and go ahead and hit build mod. This is a bit slow since I'm recording, I guess. It's usually not this slow. So tired, and it's only 6:42. That's a problem. Especially since I'm usually up until like 3 a.m. Okay. Hopefully this will work so I can call it a day. Minigun. There you go. Sound works. And then if you go into CG third person, you should be able to hear the sound. Oh! The gun isn't being held correctly because the player model's wrong. There's nothing wrong with how we did this process. It should show normally if I have a normal player model. So there you go. That's pretty much it. I wish I'd chosen a better example, but I didn't want to waste my time and I needed this ported, so you guys will probably see a video soon of this working once I get the spinning done and all that other good stuff. So there you go. Let me know if you guys have any questions. My Steam, Skype, and Xfire are all the same as my YouTube name. So that's the best way to get a hold of me, or with a YouTube message, that's fine too, but I usually ignore YouTube messages, so if you're really trying to get a hold of me, you should try any of those 3 programs. Or you can go to our site and post a topic. Our site is UGX-Mods.com, and we have a special section for questions. If you go to the forum and then you go down to help desk and you go to the modding subcategory under World at War, you can post a topic and we will try and help you. As you can see, there's people here that have been posting about other shit. So yeah, see you guys next time.